This is a video tutorial on how to use the safety joints. Safety joints consist of three parts: your peg side, your washer side, and your locking washer piece. They also come in different sizes. Here you can see the big 65mm size, the mid 35mm size, and a small 20mm size. There are different sizes in between, but I only use these three sizes. Each part is made up of a base with a peg, and this goes either into the bear's limbs or the bear's head, depending on what you are jointing. There is also a washer side which goes on the inside of the body and fits over the peg, and then there is a locking washer. This goes over the peg this way and is pushed down onto the other washer, and once this is closed it is permanent. You cannot remove it again without destroying the locking washer, and that is why these are considered to be safety items. When considering what size to use, I always use the biggest size I can for the size bear I'm making that does not impede the movement or go into the seam. Here is an arm of one of my regular 16-inch bears. Where this dot is where the joint will go on the limb side. So that is this piece with the peg. I use the 35mm. If I lay it on there, you can see that it covers that area nicely, but does not get into the seam here, and so make it difficult for you to turn it over. Since the fabric I use, let me remove these other sizes. Since the fabric I use is kind of a knit backing, I don't need to reinforce the hole. So I just make the hole with an awl on the spot where it needs to go. It actually moves the threads aside rather than break it. I have a bigger size that will make it just the size of the peg that needs to go through it. So now that I have my hole, I can put the peg through, and that will come out on the outside of the arm. So the base of the peg is on the inside of the arm or leg or whatever limb it is you're working on. Now if you're using regular fabric, cotton fabric, or anything else that does not have a knit back that will fit snugly around here, you will need to reinforce this hole with either making a buttonhole or over stitching it so that it does not fray, and also place another piece on the inside between the fabric and the base here to give a reinforcement, so that you've actually put this through a double layer of fabric. So I have already done the other arm. There you can see them. Now on my bears, the limbs get put in a side seam, so I just allow a space for where it's going to go and do a good double stitching on each side to reinforcement. The peg is then pushed into that space, then I place the locking washer, the washer on it. I now usually put the rounded side down. You'll see there's a flat side and there's a rounded side. I put the rounded side down to allow for easy movement against the two pieces against each other. Then the locking washer goes on top of that. Now here's the point. You need to make sure that you've got the correct arm on the correct side, because once you push that washer down, it's done. You would have to destroy it to get it out again if you realize you have put the wrong limb onto the wrong side of the bear's body. I just push it down with my fingers all the way until it does not click anymore. And now we have a movable joint. It does not move very well while the bear is still unstuffed, but once it is stuffed, you have a beautiful joint that moves and yet is child safe. I'll show you this again once more. Peg side on the limb. Place it through the space you have made for it into the center of the body. Push it down all the way, and as I said, if this was not in a seam, you would have to do a reinforcement here on the hole you've made that would be the size of your peg, and place another piece of fabric over the top with also reinforced, so you're making a double layer. Washer rounded side down towards the fabric, locking washer, one, just put it on like that, just one click, because at this stage you can still remove it. One click. Make sure that your limb is on the correct side of your bear, that you haven't got a left arm on the right side of the body. Then push it all the way down till you get that final click. And that is how to insert safety joints. You do the same for the legs, and if you are jointing the head, you would put your peg in the head side, close it up at the bottom with your pulling your thread, and then push that into your body side and put the washer in the body side, just the same way that we did the arms. One more bit of information: there are tools available, something like this, that would help to push down the locking washer into place. I will just show you how to use it on this peg. You put your washer obviously through your limb, through your body, washer down, locking washer down. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see better. And then this piece is placed over the top, and you can then force it down like that. That may give you a little more leverage if you are not able to push it with your fingers. I hope this has been helpful, and that you will now try out some of these washers and safety joints. Thank you.